Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M41 HMC. It's the Tier 5 American SPG and it's located on the south spawn of Ghost Town under the command of Ramtoff of REBRN. Well, this little Arty didn't actually get built during the Second World War. It's built on the chassis, the hull of an M41 Chaffee, as you can tell from that hexagonal plate right on the front of the vehicle. And it's a 155mm howitzer, which is capable of 550 alpha, which is the same as the M44, but it doesn't have the same fire rate. It's 21.57 seconds to reload, rather than the M44, which only takes about 16 or 17, depending on what sort of configuration you're running. And it will penetrate 38mm of armor, and it's got a burst radius of 7 meters. Okay, Ramtoff's found his firing position. He's ready to go, and some enemies been spotted in the town. Okay, he's allowing it to dial in. Dials in very slowly, I'm afraid, this Arty, compared to the M44, which is quite quick. It does help if you've got a gun laying drive. He's just adjusting his aim, getting ready, going for the Firefly, rounds out, direct hit. Beautiful shot. Changing position. Now, he only carries 22 rounds of ammunition, and that's not a lot compared to the M44, but then again, considering the fire rate is actually lower, that sort of matches, you know, you're not going to fire all the shells. Rounds out the Challenger. It lands to one side. RNG said, no, you're not getting that one. But he still picked up some stun assists from the shell and 115 hit points. Looking in town again. T1 Heavy, KV3, and on the corner there was the Skoda T24, but he's going to go for the T1 Heavy. He's loaded. He's dialing in, ready to go, rounds out, and hits the building, stuns him. Now this Arty was actually seen in Korea. Yes, it was used by the American forces against the Chinese after they invaded Korea. Oh, fire on that 12-ton. Jackson will get him. And it was actually a Challenger who finally got the kill. Okay, T67, he gets wiped out. Now, Ramtoff hasn't been feeling so great recently. He had a bit of a scare the other day, actually, and according to the nurse, he was clinically dead for 2 seconds. Yes. But thankfully, he's back amongst the land of the living, the zombie. And yes, he's our only zombie in REBRN. Okay, can't get shots on that Tiger 1 because he's behind the buildings. I think all that Ramtoff has to do is plug himself into the mains occasionally to recharge. And he's alive! As Frankenstein would say. Going for the Tiger 1, rounds out. Lands just to one side again. RNG says, no, you're not getting that one. Normally it says that it's a Russian tank. You know, it's like automatic. Like Klaus Kellerman says, you know, if it's Russian, the shell won't hit it. If it's anything else, yes, the shell will hit it. But if it's Russian, it won't. It's almost like they've written that into the program. He fires around in, and oh, beautiful hit this time. And the Tiger goes down to the next shot. He got 214 hit points from the actual initial hit and 47 from stun assist. Well, out on the west side of the map, we've got an Easy 8 just wiped out, and now we've got a P43 Biz, which is the Tier 6 Italian, which is actually quite a good little tank. Oh dear, we lost our Cromwell. There's a box tank out there, and he just got a direct hit. So we're trying to hit that P43, but sadly there's nobody up there spotting. We just got a T29 a little further south, but I don't think he's in a position to actually spot that P43 yet. But the team is doing quite well because they're 4 tanks up on the enemy. And we can say that Ramtoff has been getting some decent hits on the enemy. He's already got 560 hit points of actual damage. And it's quite a bit of stun assist as well. Okay, he's loaded, ready to go. Just waiting for somebody to spot a target that we can hit. And people are pinging grid square E1, and Ramtoff's responded to target the ground to let people know using the minimap, that the down arrows, that he's looking at that spot. Oh, but now we've got targets further off, which he can actually see. And one of them's an M10 RBFM, the other one's the Jagdpanzer 4 up on the heights. He's going to go for the M10 because it's lighter armor. And he's dialing in, rounds out. Oh, it went long and to the right. Even though it was fully dialed in, it went long and to the right. It was a long range shot though. And we're looking further south. The T-29's going up to look for that P-43 Biz. Will he find him? No, it looks like he's pulled back. I think the enemy is a bit worried. There are 3 tanks down. There's the box tank that killed the Cromwell. And he's just killed our Challenger. Or was it? No, that was the M10 actually. He did get a shot in it though. And Ramtough fires a round in. And Snapshot gets a hit. He actually hit the box tank. But blind shot, so we didn't actually see how much damage he did, but it looked like it hit the side of the casement. And there's the enemy Arty, the gorilla. There's only one in this game. He's been spotted and now he's dead. And there's the Jagdpanzer 4, fully dialed in, rounds out. Lands long, but the Jagdpanzer 4 goes down to the T-67, and finally we see that P-43 Biz. There's still 3 tanks left on the enemy team. This is one of them. He's dialing in. He's marked the target. He's trying to track it, follow its course, see where it's going. He lost sight of it again. Instead, he's actually gone back to the spot where the M10 RBFM was seen. And he's probably still there, actually. There's the P-43. Not fully dialed in yet. It's going to take about 6 seconds to dial in on that position. Rounds out, and the P-43 lands nearby him. It might have splashed him. Okay, he's marking the P-43 again. He's much more dialed in this time, so the shot should be a bit more accurate. Rounds out. Goes long. Unfortunately, didn't give enough lead on that shot to hit the P-43, and in adjusting the vehicle he's had to dial in all over again, and it does take about 10 seconds to dial in fully with this Arty. It's a long time, but he's now got the P-43 perfectly and fires the round in, and again the P-43 moves before the shot arrives, and so he just lands it behind him and stuns him momentarily. That T-29 is about to die. He's had a huge amount of damage, but the P-43 takes the final shot first. And there's only one enemy left. It's an M10, and he was in the town. Last seen. Oh, there he is. It's been spotted. Dialing in. Rounds out, and right up his posterior. Yep, he got that one right up the ass. And that wins the game. So Ram finally gets a kill right at the end. Best kill of all, because it finishes the game for your teammates. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats and see how we got on. Well, it was an Ace Tanker for Ramtough in the M41 HMC. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11 in that one. And he got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate for the game was 1977, which is very good indeed. Let's have a look at the team score. Didn't get the highest damage in that game, no, unfortunately. The Oni managed to get the high caliber with 2,527 hit points. Then the P-43 Biz, the one he was having difficulty trying to nail, managed to get 2,485 hit points of damage before he was killed by the T-29. No, Ram only managed to get 1,125 hit points of damage, but it was still a good score, puts him in the top end of the table. When it came to kills, again, he only managed to get the 1 kill in this game. The Oni managed 4. The P-43 again managed to get 3, and then there's a bunch of tanks who managed to get 2 kills, with Ram only getting that 1. But when it came to base XP, he was second on the table. The Oni managed 1,168 and was the only player who managed to get over 1,000 base experience points. And then Ramtough managed 756. Which puts him a fair bit over the rest of the members of his own team and the enemy as well. He fired 14 rounds, got 4 direct hits and 0 penetrations. 12 splash, damage of 1,125 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, and that accounts for the 6 that he needed for the Confederate, and 303 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 30,575 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and these shells aren't that expensive, he actually took away 23,505 credits. He got 1 bomb for getting the Confederate, 1,134 XP from the game, times 2 for the first victory, 3,062 for completing the mission and events, took away 5,330 altogether. So a very nice little ace there in the M41, and I think you can see from the XP score that you can get an ace with quite low scores, and I think that mainly that's down to the fact that a lot of people have a lot of difficulty playing the M41 because it takes so long to dial in on the target. People lack patience, and if you are a good Arty player, you've got tons of patience, you need it. But if you're not a good Arty player and you're a tank player, say for instance, you'll probably fire your gun and miss the target, and you'll fire it prematurely and miss the target, and that's why it's such a low XP in order to get an ace tanker. Yes, it really does matter. So show a lot of patience, get a good gun laying drive and a good crew, and you will be getting ace tankers in the M41 like Ramtough. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. Hit that little notification bell so you get alerted when a new video comes up. We don't have that many subscribers to our channel, which is surprising because we are the only channel on YouTube that does regularly feature Arty gameplay because we try to promote it, because we're what Arty noobs, we're Arty players. But we also play tanks, and we have a lot of ordinary schmoes and super unicums who send in their replays, and you can get to see some absolutely fantastic battles. And so we highly recommend to people, do follow our channel and you will see some amazing stuff. In fact, some of our replays have actually featured on other people's channels more regularly than we'd like, but it seems that some people think, yes, we do put good replays up, because Jingles has featured 3 of the replays that we had already featured on our channel, and I suppose now we forgive him for that, but it does show that we are putting up high quality stuff. Thanks for watching.